Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, today I'm going to be talking about when I went to prom for the first time. I'm kind of hesitant to post this. I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea of me. This thing is a funny story. It was my senior year of high school. I didn't have a date at the time. Me and my current boyfriend weren't together. Earlier in that school year, we were supposed to go to prom. When we broke up, I didn't have anybody to go with, and it was really close to prom because at my school, we go to prom in like May. I was like frantic. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have a date. I don't have anybody to go with. I don't know anybody. Like, I didn't know anybody, like any guys that needed a prom date. I wasn't popular in high school, but I knew people, and people knew who I was. Like, they knew that, all they knew, like, I was smart and I was quiet. That was it. That's all I knew. One day, it was like fresh after me and my boyfriend broke up, right? We were at this like dodgeball game, like for a charity. It was at our school. We got in this big argument. I thought he was messing with some other girl. I was like, you know what? I'm about to like really go hard looking for a prom date. Me and my friend, we asked this one boy that I knew, and I was like, you know, I could go to prom with him. So we asked him if he had a prom date. I sent her because I was nervous. She came back and told me that he was like, oh, I would love to go to prom with you, but I already have a date. But I know my bro that need a prom date. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I already had an idea of who it was. This guy, like, I don't want to talk down on him or nothing. Only thing that I didn't like was that he was shorter than me. But I was like, you know what? I need a prom date. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do all the prom activities and stuff. So whatever, let's just do it. When I get home later on that day, or it might have been the next day, I get a message on Twitter like, hey, my boy said that you needed a prom date, and lo and behold, it was him. Now the problem with this is that it was my best friend's ex-boyfriend, and y'all watched the video when I was talking about like the tea and like with my old friends and all that. This is the girl that I recently stopped being friends with, like last February, so a year ago. But at the time, we weren't that close. We still called each other our best friend or whatever, but it really wasn't like that. We were just like cool. We were just friends or whatever. We barely texted, we didn't even hang out. Like, we was just cool. When I say it's my best friend, I'm only saying that because that was our title at the time. It was her ex. And this dude broke her heart. Like, she was like, and then the bad part about it is she asked him to go to prom with her, and he told her he gotta think about it. But then with me, he was like, oh yeah, we can go. And I was like, bro, I'm a horrible person. And I didn't even know this till after I said I would go to prom with him. I was desperate. I ain't gonna lie with y'all. I was desperate. I texted my best friend and I was like, hey, you know, we've been talking about going to prom together, me and the guy. I was like, I don't want to say his name, but I was like, you know, we thinking about going to prom together. Is that okay with you? Like, do you feel a certain type of way? Because if you do, I won't go to prom with him. And she told me a story about what he did and all that. I was like, you know what, I won't go to prom with him since he did you dirty like that. But she was like, you know what, it's alright, it's cool. You need a date, he there, so go with him. And she was real for that. She was real for that. She didn't have no problem. And I thought she was lying, but she really didn't have no problem. So she was real. I get to know my date, you know, we texting and all that. We talking about how we getting there, you know, if he was driving, like where we needing to take pictures, all that. We talking about that. It went smooth. I wasn't like, I still wanted to go to prom with my boyfriend, but I was just so mad at him. I was like, you know what, whatever. And I didn't think we would get back together. So like, I was like, you know what, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna just go to prom. Try to just have fun. And y'all, when I tell you, karma really will get you. Karma do not play. When I tell you, when we got to prom, this dude did not talk to me like at all. We exchanged like maybe 10 words each. That was it. Karma got me. Because Karma knew I shouldn't have went to prom with this boy. She knew. Karma knew. I thank God that I had other friends like in our group or whatever, because it's like, it's weird. Like, so whenever you have like a prom group at my school or whatever, I don't know how it works, it's just what I noticed. Whenever you have a group that you go with, you just be with them the whole night, because I mean, they alright, so you kind of gotta stay with them. My friend that was in, like, some of my friends that were in the group, we like, you know, we were dancing, having fun, talking, you know, going to the bathroom, cleaning ourselves up, whatever, eating, taking pictures, all that. When I tell you we did not talk. It was almost as if I didn't even have a date. Like, literally, I could have went to prom without a date because we literally only took pictures together. The pictures that I posted were of both of us, and, you know, I wanted to give him some credit, like, this is my prom date, you know, whatever. When he posted the pictures, it wasn't me in them. He didn't post none of me. I'm like, oh, I don't know of what I anticipated. I didn't want us to be more than friends or anything, but it was just an uncomfortable situation. Saw my friend at prom, you know, the one that he did dirty. Saw her at prom, and it was so uncomfortable. Literally, because we saw her like as soon as we got there, because we got there kind of late-ish, I don't know. And she was already there, and she's like, Demaya, and I was like, oh, hey. So he was right there. He like zoomed out, like he was like, bye, out of here. We took a picture, you know, we talked a little bit, and at the time she was best friends still with the girl that I wasn't friends with no more because my boyfriend. It was just an uncomfortable situation, so uncomfortable. But we went to Outback after prom, like went out to eat, and he was kind of talking to me because we like everybody's dates sat next to each other and everything. I sat next to my date on one side, and then one of his friends were on the other side. I literally was talking to everybody at the table except for him. Like we barely talked at all, and it was so uncomfortable. So he took me home, and you know, we talked in the car a little bit. It was like uncomfortable. He's playing music, whatever. Took me home. That was it. Then like the next day when we went to CJ Barrymore, he was texting me because I was riding down there with my friend and her friend. He was like asking me like what time we were leaving and stuff. Party that went to prom together. We went to CJ Barrymore together. You know, we got to CJ Barrymore. He was there. You know, everybody was there. We all got there basically at the same time. And you know, we had fun. You know, we went bowling. We did go-karts. I think. Yeah, we did go-kart, and we did the little zip line thing that you had to sit on. It was so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, it was so uncomfortable. Only thing we did together, we rode the zip line together. That was it. And that, like, we didn't talk nothing. I mean, it was okay now that I think about it, because me and my ex did working things out, but it was just uncomfortable. He was acting like I was expecting him to just be my boyfriend or something, but like, I mean, at least acknowledge me. Everybody else was talking to me and having a conversation, but he was just like, it was weird. I won't lie. So like my brother, I told my brother about it after, like, before I was about to leave to CJ Barrymore's, and I was telling him like what happened, because he was like, how'd you have fun? How'd you like it? Did you have fun? Because my brother's like 6 years older than me, so he wanted to see how my experience was. And it's so funny because my brother and his girlfriend weren't together for his prom, but his girlfriend was in his prom group, but he had another date and she had another date. So after their prom, they went to Kalahari, came home, like they came home basically back together. It's funny because my ex, he was like texting me the day of prom. Like, keep in mind, we weren't talking at all. Like, I was mad at him, all of this. So, but he was texting me because like he was all emotional because we didn't get to go to prom together or whatever. And you know, he let me have fun at prom, and then he texted me when we were at Outback. And I low-key think that my date saw me texting him, and that's why he was like acting weird. But like, still, he didn't have to be a weirdo about it. Like, just talk to me. Like, we're not together or anything, you know. Besides that, he wasn't really talking to me before I was texting him, like before he saw that. So that's not an excuse. It was like it was not a good situation. It was a horrible experience. That's why, like, I always say, like, I had more fun when I went with my boyfriend, because like I love him, and like, you know, we just have a bond. And it was just and like, I just liked my dress better when I went with him. My makeup was cuter, my hair was cuter. Well, my hair was cute both times because the same lady did my hair. My hair was bomb both times, but I liked I had like a low ponytail, and I really liked that for the prom with him, with my boyfriend. And it was just a better situation. Like, so moral of the story is, you don't need a man. You don't need a man to make you happy. That's not the moral of the story. You don't need a date to any dance. If you can be popping, you can take the baddest pictures, you could look like a baddie, you could do all that without a date. You don't need a date, and you can still have as much fun as you want to. You can turn up, get lit, whatever. You don't need a date, because I had a date, but it was like I barely had a date, if that makes sense. So yeah, karma got me. I learned my lesson. I learned. That's all that matters. It's not like I didn't learn anything. I didn't take anything away from the experience. That's that story. I hope y'all watch this so y'all like not getting this preconceived notion of me like, oh my gosh, this girl did her best friend wrong. You know, it just happened. But thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and more importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Peace out.